Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Mic check, 1, 2. How's the mic? It's the most important thing. We need to know how the mic is ASAP. I can
Lab
never
After
tell.
Dark is starting soon.
I wish I could tell, but I can't.
Right. Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
Okay, it sounds good. If it sounds good, then it's good. Sounds bad, it's bad. What are we supposed to do, you know?
I was actually just sitting down to pee.
God, do I have a story for
or
you?
whatever, you know.
It's a good one. And the people that aren't, it's a little canny, is it? I don't like that. Hey, first super chat. Thank you. Thank you, Lulu. So good to see you. I hope the family's well. Yeah, let me let the intro play out.
Lab After Dark starts now.
And then give me we'll take a quick 20-second pause for station identification purposes. I just made that up. I sound good? All right. As long as I sound good, that's all right. I don't care. Well, I do care, actually. I care very much. La, la, la. All right, so I don't know. Is this any better? Yes, I know where my children are. Okay, good. Good. I don't know why I have to do that. I just have to. It's a burden, and it's a cross that I have to bear. But what are you gonna do, right? We all have our. we all have our poor little things that we have to deal with in life. It ebb and flows. Well, thank you. I've been working at it, Dale. You know, you got to do it. You got to. Okay, so where are we at here? Let me say hi to some peeps. Lulu Mary, Tears, good to see you. Beautiful messy ball. Good to see you. Martian, Tears ran dry. Cat sees you. Cat sees you's in the house, folks. Okay, well, I gotta get that freak off the screen. I don't even know why he's up there. Boop. Boop. Okay. Oh, I didn't see you, Kelsey. Hi, Kelsey. How are you? Well, I can only say hi to people in the chat. Like, if you're not in the chat, it's hard for me to say hi to you. Let's see. Cake Spoo's in the house. Rod. I don't know how to. I've dived. Is that how it is? Mr. E is going to watch the tire rubber. Really? Did he hear me talking about it? Did Mr. E hear me talking about rubber? And now he wants to watch about the serial killer tire that becomes obsessed with the lady and then wants to take over a town. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, it's a great movie. It got snubbed at the Oscars, though. Let me see. I'm telling you, I have an epic story for you. And I think people are going to be upset when that they missed it, you know. At least I think I would be. I'd be upset about it. It's an epic story. I mean, it's going to be epic for you. It's going to make me look like an idiot. But that's sort of the price of admission, you know, for doing this kind of show. It's like a ritual humiliation, you know, type thing. So tell your friends, hit the like button. We have 44 friggin' likes. You know, we got to get more than 44 likes. That's just not good. And la la la. Okay, where's the highlighted chat? I'm telling you, it's a good one. You did your due diligence. You hit the like button. Okay. Did you guys hear about the guy that's trying to kill Joe Rogan that got arrested today? The Liver King. Anybody hear about that? That's crazy. I used to follow the Liver King and watch him just eat like disgusting liver for dinner. It was like He's like traveled to. Hold on, I'll show you. This guy's nuts too, by the way.
Let's go ahead and head out to Austin.
Oh, hold on. I'll show you this. This is wild.
Because Joe Rogan.
So basically, the Liver King is a guy. Why is Tim Mullen in the corner there? Liver King is a fitness influencer who ended up lying to everybody, saying that he wasn't on roids, and he absolutely was on roids, because nobody in the world can look like that at his age, or for most ages for that matter. And he lied to everybody. Come to find out, he was taking about $10,000 worth of stacks, meaning he was taking $10,000 worth of steroids a month, which is an insane amount of steroids. Okay.
We don't have to make videos to pretend.
And then he got exposed about it. And I think Rogan was one of the first people to say, hey, look, there's no way this guy's not on roids. Timmy gets me roids.
Anymore.
A clash between two popular influencers with massive followings now escalating.
I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable.
This was the moment Brian Johnson, better known online as Liver King, was arrested in Austin, Texas on Tuesday.
His whole shtick is he eats like raw liver. He's like, liver is king. Liver has all the nutrients that you need in the world, you know? And it was like, okay, well, whatever.
After authorities say he made threats on Instagram.
I mean, he's absolutely jacked. I mean, he works hard at it, no question, but it's disgusting.
Against popular podcaster Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out.
Police say detectives reviewed a series of social media posts made by Johnson, who has nearly 3 million followers.
Yeah, look, in a fist fight with Joe Rogan, I mean, Joe Rogan is I think he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's won like state championships. He's very short. Yeah.
My name's Liver King. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you.
Adding, they observed that Johnson was traveling to Austin.
So not only is he making these threats online saying that he wants to hurt him or he's going to hunt him down, but then he ends up traveling to Austin where Joe Rogan lives, which will get you in trouble every single time. You know, they don't really take it that serious if, you know, I mean, they do, but if you're traveling towards the person making threats.
While continuing to make threatening statements.
Just pulling up. Guess what? You're dead. You're dead.
Austin is where Joe Rogan lives. NBC News did not immediately hear back from representatives of Brian Johnson or Joe Rogan. Austin PD saying Rogan told him he never had any interaction with Johnson and considered the post to be threatening. But in 2022, Rogan called out Johnson's alleged steroid use on his podcast.
Now that we know that he's full of shit, we're talking about the Liver King, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
The episode garnering more than 8 million views on YouTube.
There's no way you can look like that.
He's right. I mean, it's
in your 40s, I mean, he's preposterously jacked.
Johnson once denied using steroids.
I believe he also had had ab implants that were apparently they're like 10 grand a piece or something like that. I don't know.
But then
I didn't know that was a thing.
First court.
But apparently, who else had it? It was Oscar De La Hoya.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. Because I f***ed up. Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I'm on steroids.
A massive
Oh, you don't say.
decline in followers ensued for Johnson, whose videos promote what he calls the ancestral lifestyle, showing him consuming raw
It's disgusting.
meats, including animal liver, a diet that's drawn scrutiny from nutritionists for misinformation.
Liver King is having liver. Surprise, surprise.
In a recent Netflix documentary that catalogs Johnson's rise,
That kind of feeling is dangerous.
Rogan
Well, yeah, he does look like a caveman because that's kind of his shtick. Like this ancestral weirdness.
features prominently in the public firestorm that soon brought on his fall and has since led to Johnson's immense regret.
I guess I want the world to know I was wrong. I got it
So anyway, he lied to all of his followers that he said that if you eat like this is what I do, I don't take any supplements.
wrong.
Okay, George Solis joins us tonight. George,
All right, I don't care what.
how serious are these charges that Liver King is facing?
They're not very serious either because I believe he's out already. But then I think he got terroristic threats.
Yeah, Tom. So first off, we have not heard from either reps for either of these men. And Joe Rogan did release a new podcast today, but these are recorded days in advance. So we haven't heard any reaction to this latest arrest. And as far as the charges that Johnson is facing, well, it could range anywhere from about a $2,000 fine to 6 months in prison, unless, of course, those charges are elevated.
All right, George, we thank you for that.
So anyway, I don't know what the hell that video is. It's disgusting. Like it's I don't know. It feels like he misled everybody intentionally to profit and blah blah blah. And I don't know. I don't know what he eats. I used to watch some of the stuff that he did because I thought it was preposterous what he was doing, but it was kind of funny. And I would never eat raw liver. I wouldn't eat cooked liver for that matter. And but anyway, I don't know what his deal is. He looks distressed and distraught, and I don't know, man. Raw liver? Oh my God. Let me see. All right, 74 likes. 74. We get to 100, I'll tell the story. How's that? That shouldn't be too hard. Are we climbing? Are we climbing? No, we're not climbing. You gotta hit the like. I wouldn't eat any liver ever. For any reason. Never. I'd starve. I would starve. I'd rather starve. It's disgusting. I'd rather starve. What do you want me to do about it? We're climbing. We're climbing. We're almost there. 34 bishes. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. It's disgusting. It's horrendous. I don't know. What an idiot. I'm going to go fight the biggest podcaster in the world. You're dead. What do you think? And then people are like, oh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he had him arrested. I'd have somebody arrested too. $140 peeps were what? Stuck with needle. I don't know what that means. Who's got stuck with a needle? That's horrendous. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome in as you're coming in. We're at 93 likes. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's a pretty good story. I mean, I hope I'm not overhyping it, you know. At a concert? Oh, no. Really? That's sick. What was in the needle? Was it? It's disgusting. I'll have to look. I'll look it up. That's just horrendous. Kelsey said like. Thank you, Kelsey, for your $5 super chat. Feels like the new year. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I hope I'm not overselling it. I could be overselling it. He ate all kinds of nasty stuff. I got YouTube blocked for giving JR the finger. Who's JR and why'd you give him the finger? I mean, that's just an absolute nightmare. Would you say 140 people got stuck with the same needle? I mean, that's horrendous. Never heard of. I mean, you gave Joe Rogan the finger. He saw you do it. Okay, we just hit 101, so I guess. I guess we're there. Well, I'm going to tell the story anyway because, well, I mean, I don't really have much else to do. Pop says, are you going to read it? You going to read the friggin' thing or what? Guy's slacking. Pop says, hit the like button for story time. I cleaned up the language. All right. For Pops and everybody else that's here. So I lost my AirPods yesterday. And if you have watched this show at all, you know that I have a rich history with losing AirPods, specifically because of Otis. That he is a terrorist when it comes to them. He is he's just a very untrustworthy source when it comes to things like that. And typically sometimes what happens is if I'm asleep, they'll fall out and he ends up chewing on them. He'll chew on the case. He'll chew on the pods themselves. It doesn't matter. But coincidentally, if I wear the wired ones, he doesn't touch them. Never. He never touches them. Ever. I don't know why. If they have a wire, he doesn't want them. If they're on their own, he loves them. It doesn't make any sense. He knows when something is expensive and he knows that he wants to dominate it. He's a turd in every way, but I love him. You know, so not exactly. So I couldn't find him, right? I had something going on early in the day and I could not find him anywhere. So I turned to the Find My app on the iPhone because they have sometimes in the past helped me find my lost AirPods. So there's a little feature that will play a sound like if it's connected. But if you're not close enough, they're not going to play it. They will give you the location of them or whatever. But it kept saying they're in the house. They're in the house. They're in the house. And I'm walking through the house. I have my phone like this, and I'm walking with the Find My thing on, and it's like it's basically like metal. It's like a metal detector. That's how I'm walking around. Like I'm just, and it's insufferable. It annoys the shit out of you. Because they're like, yeah, it's close by. And then sometimes it's acts like it's playing the sound, but it doesn't. It says, yeah, plain sound. And then you listen because you can't, cause for some reason, they don't make it very loud, which makes no friggin' sense. And that's a whole different topic for a whole different day. You understand? So, anyway, so I'm walking back and forth where it seems like I'm getting some sort of signal. It says connected, but signal's weak. I can't hear it. I'm, scan. And then there's this thing where it says find it, right? So it turns into this little thing where you can just start scanning shit. Like you're sitting there and you're scanning it, right? Like, and every time I'd get near Otis, and I know what you're thinking, they're in his belly. Okay, but they're not. But every time I would get near Otis, what would happen is the signal would get stronger. So obviously I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking, but I'm like, and so I'm playing the sound, and I have my ear up to his belly, up to his fat little belly, right? I'm like leaning on him. He's like looking at me like, so I hit the button. I don't hear anything. I hit the button, but the signal's strong with him. And Macho was just sitting there watching me, like tilting his head like the whole time. Like, what the hell are you doing? So I'm like, okay, well, I don't hear them. And then I start thinking, would I hear them? So I'm going about my business. I'm, walking the house, looking, digging, not finding anything at all. But it's telling me they're nearby, and I got to believe that. I believed it. It kept saying, and the little shit, every time he'd go by, so it would say last seen 4 minutes ago, right? And Otis would run by me, and then it would reset. Like the whole thing would reset. Go, oh, just saw him. And I'm like looking at him like, what's going on? Like, what did it do? Every time he'd run past me, they'd say, seen seconds ago. Like, and then it would disconnect again. And then Otis would run back by and it would say connected again. I had no idea. It was freaking me out. I'm telling you. So I was like, I was walking around, I was looking back in the room where the signal's the strongest. Otis is there. And, so I have him at one point. This happened, and I don't know what else to say about it. I said, get up on the bed now, because we've got to discuss this. If this is in your belly, like, I don't even know what to do. So I take the phone and the scanner. Okay. I lay him on his side. And I'm taking my phone and I'm scanning him with it. Beep, 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 beep. And it's going off. I'm sitting there, yeah, like an X-ray machine. Like I'm sitting there X-raying my dog on the bed, and he's just looking at me like, "What's going on?" And I'm beep, 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 beep. It's just. Boop, 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 boop. Thing, okay? It's just I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm just telling you that's what was going on, and I had the dog on the bed, scanning his fat little belly. The signal was staying the same, So I tell him, uh-oh. What happened? Were we buffering? All right. Can you see me? Are we good? Oh, no. Don't do this to me. I'm ready for it to crash. I just want it to crash. Just crash. Piece of shit. Is it better now? I don't know. I don't know. It's not a. I don't know. I don't know if it was a grocery scanner. I'm not sure what it was. It's just the Find Your Phone app. Who's your internet provider? I don't know. Just some asshole that doesn't. Is it going to crash? Just crash, please. Come on, just. It's better. It doesn't look better. Yes, I was scanning him up and down. And it almost seemed like he was kind of getting a thrill out of it. It actually was kind of pissing me off a little bit. The phone was making noise. Yes. The phone was making noise. And I don't know exactly. Okay, there, it crashed. That's good. It crashed, folks. We're all right. We're back in business. Oh yeah, no, hopefully it's good now. So anyway, completely. So I'm X-raying the damn dog on the bed. I'm not convinced that he swallowed them, but I wasn't not convinced that he wasn't. So obviously I said, open your mouth because I need to see what's in there. And trying to open the shadows. Good to see you. It's been a while. I need to see what's in there. And if you know anything about Otis, he does not take kindly to that. He doesn't get mad about it. He just goes lockjaw, lockdown. You know, it's actually impressive how much he can avoid it. It is. It's impressive. So remember, I open up his mouth and tucked on the inside of his cheek is an AirPod. So I said, spit it out. And he does. Like he goes, pff. That's what he does. Pff. Spit it out. And I said, where's the rest of it? That's what I said to him. Of course, he just looked at me. So then I start looking at the AirPod. And it's an older generation AirPod, an older one that he had somewhere, some way. It was not even the one that I was looking for. The ones that I was looking for were in my center console in my car. But it was picking up a signal from the stupid AirPod that Otis, for some reason, had stuck in his cheek at the same exact time that I was looking for my other one. I think he has a boneyard of them somewhere. And he was just walking around with it in his mouth. And it kept picking it up. Because I remember going, this is just one little pod. This isn't the whole thing. So, and then I said, well, this isn't even the one that I'm looking for. So anyway, it was just really, here's the thing about him too. Like if he gets a hold of a bottle cap or something, he doesn't swallow it ever. I mean, he could accidentally choke on it or something, but he doesn't, he will not, he won't just swallow something foreign. He just kind of, like when you tell your kid to stop chewing on, like a bottle cap, so that's kind of what it's like with him, because he had a bottle cap today. I don't even know where he gets this stuff from. Like the floor is clean, but for some reason he does, like, he hides stuff. He will hide stuff from you. Like if I see him chewing on something and I know that he's not supposed to, he said, or what I would say to him, I say, what are you doing? And he'd look, and then he'd kind of start to move, and he moves it into his cheek. He moved it into his cheek. And so I figured, but, I didn't think he had the entire AirPod case in his mouth. I thought that the fact is that I chased that little shit around for like 3 hours thinking I'm going to find these things. They're here somewhere in this. No, they weren't in the house. They weren't in the house. They were in the car. Otis was in the house with one in his cheek, like he chews. Like he chews tobacco or something. I don't know what he's doing. He likes my stuff. There are three things that he still religiously chews on if he can, and it would be an AirPod, it would be the top of my hat, the pin, just the little button at the top. Well, the other one was chewed up. I probably threw it away. That's what I'm saying. Like I have, no joke, probably 6, 7 old pairs. Cases too. It's mental. He's mental. So anyway, I was following him around. I was scanning his belly. He was getting a kick out of it. And the thing is, I know he was getting a kick out of it. I could see the little smirk on his little fat face. He thought he for some reason, because I was sort of worried, so I was being very friendly, like, are you okay? But anyway, the three things that he chews: AirPods, the top of my hats, and if you didn't guess it, he's diabolical. He chews on my inhaler. I was born with asthma. I've always had asthma. I'll probably always have asthma. And I usually have an inhaler somewhere nearby unless Otis decides to chew on it, which he does. Now I don't have, it's not life threatening. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I've always had an inhaler. But he only chews on expensive stuff and things that could kill me. And, I don't know. How am I supposed to take that? My inhaler. I said to him, can you just chew up? Like, he doesn't chew shoes. He won't chew wallets. He doesn't chew anything of the. And the only person stuff besides Grandma, he has chewed up Grandma's Bible just that one time. Probably thought it was mine, so he thought he would do it. But he only chews my stuff. All the time. It's always my stuff. There are other people here. He didn't even chew up Macho shit. Macho has stuff. Yes, he does wait until I fall asleep. And then sometimes I wake up and he'll be in the floor ripping. He likes to rip up envelopes. Yeah, well, but that's the thing. He goes towards it. I put my shit up. My shit is up. He gets in chairs. He does all kinds of things. You don't know him. Trust me, you don't know him. You don't know him. He's insane. I love him dearly. He's a great pup, dog, whatever he is, pig. But he is, well, the one that he had in his cheek was no longer functional. That's why I didn't use it anymore. But that's the stuff he did. Macho does nothing like that. Ever. Yeah, well, I'm not buying that. He'll chew on the safe. Good to see you, Gwen. How are you? He's a miniature monster. And yeah, he's special. He's great. It's wonderful. Honestly, I never had like really good, like Maggie was so normal. I loved her to death, but she was so normal. And I never had like bad stories about her. Well, that's not true. One time she ate an entire loaf of bread. That was interesting. But Otis is like, he's on another level. Yeah, different personalities. One minds and one doesn't. Those are the different personalities. That's how I figure it, at least. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know, man. Scanning his belly, putting my ear up to his belly while hitting the sound button. And this just went on and on and on and on. And it was just a nonstop situation. So now it's got to be like sort of like prison. Last night I found it, but it was late, very late. But now it's got to be like prison, and I have to like check him. I have to check him. I have to take a little mini flashlight, and I have to tell him to open his mouth, and I have to check his mouth. Because apparently he keeps stuff tucked in the side of his cheek. His little fat face hides it very well. Just walking around with a friggin' chewed up AirPod in his cheek. And it's beeping on my phone. I'm like, oh, it's here somewhere. I can't find my AirPods. If I would have found my AirPods, I would have never been doing that. And he'd have been walking around with this shit in his cheek for a week. Frustrating. I mean, like the dog brings me to my knees sometimes. He is something. Yeah, that's next. That's next. Because once he figures out that I'm onto him, he'll probably start keistering stuff like an inmate would. I don't know. I'm concerned about it. He adapts. Evolution is sort of real, people. He evolves. He's evolving. Pretty soon, he'll take over the whole house. It won't be long. I give it another 5 or 6 years, and he will be. He'll probably be running for president. Yeah, well, that's true. I have no idea. I have no idea how long it was there. He may keister stuff. I don't know. I mean, that's what happens in prisons. Like people evolve. Like they swallow grapes. to stretch out their like throat hole or whatever it is, so they can swallow, you know, little baggies. No, we certainly don't. Was he here? Was he here? He's pretty smart. You're right about that. He's smart. I just couldn't. It was just something I couldn't believe. Couldn't believe it. Never seen anything like it. Never want to again. Really, what? What happened? You got your vote? It's got my vote too. My vote to be a big, major pain in the ass. And that's what he is, but he's cute, you know? So when you're cute, you can get away with stuff. And he does. He gets away with everything. There's nothing he doesn't get away with. He gets away with everything. Hunted Coyote says, a true fact, my shepherd poops pointing to the north. Check your dogs out. My dog does not do that to the north. He does it to the southwest and sometimes to the northeast. Sometimes east to west, sometimes longitude, sometimes latitude. And then he walks halfway across the yard and then decides that he's going to cover it up. You know, it's weird. There's no wolf instinct in him. He's an AirPod thief and an inhaler abuser. That's what he does. He abuses the inhaler system. It's upsetting. It's very, very upsetting. But he is cute. Like the cutest.
Barely in there.
The last time I dressed up Otis, I put a party hat on him with a little like bib that said like happy second birthday. And I got a picture of him. Let's see. I think it might be on my Instagram. But as soon as I took it off, he took it from me. Oh, God, Liver King just posted. This is like a meth-induced psychosis. I have no idea. Let me see. I'll show you right here. Why do I have 20 notifications? There, okay. So this was the last time I dressed him up. And he immediately, upon taking it off, I set it off to the side. He grabbed the little hanky and the hat and ran outside with them. Ran behind the shed and tore him up. So that was great. I'm telling you. He's got a mind of his own. It's very cute, but still. Well, he just wasn't very happy about it. So no, I don't really dress them up anymore. because when I do that, Otis gets really like mad. Gets really offended. But he is cute. And that's all that matters, right? Well, I disagree. All right, give me a second here. What'd you say? I should what? I should dress him up how? He wasn't. No, you should dress him up when something is missing. He is smirking about it. I know. Everything. It's just like you can't really do anything with him like that because he's very. He's rebellious, but he waits to rebel. Like he gets mad. He throws himself on the floor. Oh no! Like he will throw himself down on the ground. You know, it's interesting. And you just go, get up. Come on, just get up. He just throws little hissy fits like a little crybaby. Because he's a crybaby. But I love him. I certainly do. Okay, where are we at here? Oh man, you guys, I found Tim Mullen's oops. Wrong picture. What the I forgot I clipped this. What is he, Cleopatra? These are not, like, I gotta tell you, this is not parody stuff. This is fantasy. Like, this is what he wants people to look at him and go, oh, you're so pretty. You know, he can't just like do it by himself like J. Edgar Hoover used to do. J. Edgar Hoover would at least silently in his room put on his mother's dress and pearls, and you know, he didn't need to be told that he was pretty. And you're not pretty. You're just got like you're probably one of the ugliest. I mean, he's horrendous. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I don't even know the context of this. It was sent to me and I see it, and now I'll never be able to unsee it. It's a parody. It's a parody. Yeah, right. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. He's fantasizing about it. It's fine if he's a cross-dresser. It doesn't matter. He can be a cross-dresser. I know he did a lot of time in prison. It's not a big deal. Sometimes, you know, you find stuff out about yourself later in life and you can't help it. You know? I got no problem with it. But, you know, don't say it's a parody. It's a parody. No, buddy, this is what you want to do. Shout out to Evil Queen for catching that. J. Edgar. Yeah. Does that look like Weird Al? That looks like Cleopatra to me. And what is Weird Al doesn't dress like that, does he? Of course it is. I'm sure there's a smoke alarm going off from somewhere. I mean, I have never seen anything. I mean, he is Something else. What do you mean Weird Al hair? Weird Al wore that's not it's like a little, it's like what the it's like what the empresses and stuff used to. Taylor Swift. It's when they would do the ooh, or whatever for the king. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I have no clue. It's just weird. Oh, the things that people have to do to try to be funny. Imagine thinking that, there's going to be like 10 people watching. And whatever he does here, and I'm sure it'll be awful, and he's never funny. But he's I don't know. He wants to be like a temptress or something, an Egyptian queen. Yeah, and I don't know. He's just a queen. I'm telling you, prison changes people. Sometimes it brings out the real you. Florida. No, it's not a wig. It's not a wig, people. It's like a chandelier or something. Oh my God. Oh Lord. No, he's like Cleopatra, dude. I'm telling you. Look at that. Oh man. They have taken Cleopatra. Run for it's tapestry. He's working at the pyramids tonight. Working at the pyramids. Ooh, we're working at the pyramids tonight. You should have after work, bathing your body. God. It's I don't know, man. Some I never seen before. I don't know what he's gonna walk like. Kind of Rick James-ish, yeah. I could see that. Of course, he would never dress up like a black person because he hates black people. Allegedly. Well, possibly. If his Nazi tattoos will tell you anything. Ooh, look at me. I'm dressed up like a little Cleopatra. Or like I don't know. I'm not sure what it. I think it's probably Cake Spook. You know what it probably is? It's probably a gown from a mental hospital that he got to wear home once. I mean, that's just what I think. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. It's his mental. Yeah, his mental hospital gown. God, Macho's awake. Does he hang out in Kingsport? I don't know if I don't think he hangs out there, but I know he's been there. No, it's not a cornrow wig. It's I don't know what that. I mean, it's just I don't know. He's a very kinky girl, the type you don't think hope to mara. Seth married his own sister, and he was a she. Yeah. I'm not picking him up. He's too heavy. I mean, he's just it's weird when you make when you're one of the ugliest dudes in the world, but then you dress up like a woman and you'd be one of the ugliest women in the world. Like he's an equal opportunity ugly ass. Just I don't know what the hell. It's like Milli Vanilli or some shit. All right, Seth. Good to see you, buddy. I will give you a call tomorrow. If you don't hear from me in the afternoon, call me. Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody sent it to me and it would freak me out. So I just wanted to share with you guys that that guy has a protective order out on him because he's a freak. I won't torture you anymore, but I might. Check this out. Now, I don't know. This is like a 50-minute video, and we're already at an hour, so I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna go that long, but I did look up. Let me see. Yes, there it is. So I looked up Tim's music. The media manager from the Summer Wells. I am, unfortunately. I'm keeping track of the time. Yeah, so anyway, hold on. Let me. And I got a song that I'm going to share with you that he did. What up, Lori Lowe? Oh, you got to hear this. Oh, wait. Now, this song is called There Is No Man. I have no idea. It's absolutely horrible.
There is no man who's left house or parents. There is no man who's left brethren, wife, or children. No man for the kingdom of God's sake, who will not receive manifold more in this present time. There is no man who's left house or parents. There is no man who's left brethren, wife, or children. No man for the kingdom of God's sake, who will not receive manifold more in this present time. And in the world to come, life everlasting.
You want to know the worst part about this song, other than hearing it, is it's 7 minutes and 41 seconds.
And in the world to come, life everlasting. And in the world to come, life everlasting. And in the world to come, life everlasting.
Yeah, there's like 12 songs on here.
There is no man.
I'm not playing all 8 minutes of it. We're not even 2 minutes in.
For the kingdom of God's sake, who will not receive manifold more in this present time. Everything is gonna be alright.
Oh, did you hear that? Everything is gonna.
'Cause Jesus loves. Everything is gonna be alright. 'Cause Jesus loves his bride.
Everything's gonna be alright because Jesus loves his bride.
Everything is gonna be alright. 'Cause Jesus loves his bride.
It's this guy right here on the screen.
After the fall.
No, it's just like. Oh man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's. Yeah, his bride, like the people. Like the church. I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I think he wants to be the bride of a guy named Jesus. No, it's not for sale. You can stream it on inspiredmusic.us/Tim-Mullen-HTML. Does anybody need me to repeat that? I will repeat it. Does anybody need me to say the password, not the password, but the website? No? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm not dropping the link. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. You good? We're good? We don't need to drop the link? Okay. All good? Everybody's good? For some reason, Kelsey said drop the link, so no. You got it? You wrote it down? Okay, good. You got it? Good.
God went running through the garden. Adam, my son, I've come to restore to you your true salvation. Everything is gonna be alright, 'cause Jesus loves his bride. everything's gonna be alright.
It's not even, we're not even halfway through it. Let's see what the end has to bring.
Parents, there is no man who's left forever. Everything's gonna be
Anyway. So that one's called There Is No Man. And then there's one that's called Remember God Loves You. Wounded Soldier. That one sounds fire. Just Arrived. While everybody's taking off. Taking Notice. Can't Get Warm. That's one. I bet that one's a keeper. Chicken Hearted Preacher. I got it. I mean, Eagles Cry. Sabino Cabin. Canyon, excuse me. Whatever that means. Brotherly Kindness and Infidel. All right, so what do we want to hear? Nothing? Just move on. Which one? Can't Get Warm. What the hell? You want me to play Can't Get Warm? Well, let's see what other people want. There. Okay, if we cannot decide, folks, I'll turn this car around right now. Look at that. Look at that. Just what the maybe we should watch some of his video. Oh no. Don't do that. Infidel? Oh yeah, it's Tim. Okay, well. It's just, I don't know. You tell me. I get it. Infidel.
But said, you know, I'm supposed to be an infidel. I said, that's not much to brag about, is it, sir?
Well, what do we have here? It's a little saucy. This might be a good one. It's reminding me of Mayberry, the Andy Griffith Show.
On the side of an autumn lit field lived the infidel. Life seemed good, had gone quite well. Lived the infidel. I am free, I am free, I am free. Parson came, didn't look too clean.
Kind of got like a Santana vibe to it, you know. Maria.
met the infidel. Only one preacher I'd like to sing spoke the infidel. Woman over yonder, as I stalk her in the bushes, she saw me, and now I must retreat. Sickest I'd known, heard a ruckus one night. She heard a ruckus one night. It was me banging my head on the outside of her window while I was trying to crawl through it. But a dog attacked me, and he bit me in the ass. Figured she'd gone on, pitiful creature. Took what the preacher had said. In one afternoon she was... This one's 6 minutes. Healed. In 1 minute she was healed. And about. And I did a lot of ketamine that night. Oh, it was so beautiful. I had no idea where the hell I was. Of bed. The flute's freaking me out. I am free. Finally, they let me out of the institution. I am free. I am free. I can run. I'm running. I'm running for freedom. Ah! What makes that tree come back each year? What makes that tree? Preacher asked the infidel. What the? Bucket of water on a post. I don't think he's an undertaker, but he will bore you to death. Post, stay still. Agreed the infidel. There was a woman across the way. I couldn't get a good look at her until I pulled out my binoculars. You tell me what voice tells that sap in the tree each spring to rise infidel. Her curtain was open ever so slightly, and I'll tell you the voice I heard that made her. But my mom came in my room and she said, Timmy, what'd you do? I said, Bob, I'm a peeping Tim. Well, and that changed the infidel. Oh, this is like one of the worst songs ever made. And it's only like, it's not even, there's still like 3 minutes. I am free. I am free. The mental institution. I am free.
Same thing that told me that woman was going to live up there that had the cancer. Said, told
Come
you.
on, hit that like button. Where are you going to get other?
I said, yes, sir.
Who's going to do this, huh? Who's
said,
going to
are
do
you-
this for you? Nobody. Nobody's going to make an asshole out of themselves.
That preacher?
Hit the like button.
I said, yes, sir. I'm Brother Brand. And there are that tree that I...
Or not. I mean, I could understand why you wouldn't.
But a simple little thing like that, I led him to Christ.
Oh, my God.
Tears running down his cheeks.
I am free.
This song sucks.
I am free. I am free.
Pops, are you watching? You still liking this?
A year later, I went
I'm out of content, Pops.
down, pulled my truck up in the yard and moved away. He was gone. He died. And when I come back, the lady was standing there to give me a ball and out for hunting on posted ground. He told me hunting anytime I wanted to. She didn't hear him say that. So I come up, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I come here early this morning and parked the car here for you. You said,
I said, I'm actually not a patient here. I'm visiting. I'm here on business. I'm here to spread the word of God to the mental institution. They're like, no, Tim, get back in your room.
said, that Indiana license on there? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, your husband. So my husband's been dead almost a year. She said, peeling apples on the back porch off that same tree. And I said, well, he told me before he died. So I don't believe it.
I mean, it's just absolutely dog shit. All right, one more. Brotherly kindness. What did Remember God, the playlist 12 songs. God, it's a whole album. I am free. I am free. He's giving me creepy school counselor vibes. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, one more. Why not? I just want you to get a feel for who we're talking about here, folks. This is the Wells media manager. So does anybody have The Album Is Free? This is free. I am free. I don't know what song. What song do you keep saying to play? Wounded Soldier, Memphis Dust. No, you can't see the number of downloads. Can't Get Warm. All right. I don't know. Why anything? I don't know. Josh, why are you doing this? I don't know. What do you want to do? Can't Get Warm.
Now, you can't get warm by a painted fire. Like some of these churches trying to paint Pentecost of something that happened 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago. You can't get warm by a painted fire.
Hey, Gwen, this one's only 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
A Pentecost is just as real today as it was then. The fire's still falling.
I am free. Ooh. I got to tell you, my initial thoughts is the drummer's slacking a little bit, but that's a little tasty tune. The bass player sucks.
Now, you can't get warm by a painted fire. Like some of these churches trying to paint Pentecost of something that happened 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago. You can't get warm by a painted fire. A Pentecost is just as real today as it was then. The fire's still falling.
I don't know.
It ain't a painted fire, it's a real fire.
You can't get warm by a painted fire. It takes a burning word to satisfy this bride's desire. She won't mix the word.
This bride's desire. Is he talking? Is he a bride again? Oh, he's a bridesmaid, never a bride, huh? Ain't that right, Bubba?
Word to satisfy this bride. You can't get warm by a painted fire.
It kind of does, huh?
It takes a burning word to satisfy this bride's desire.
I don't know. The music is fine. The lyrics are terrible.
She won't mix the word of the living God with this world. No, 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 no. You gotta get the Holy Ghost upon your soul.
Did you hear him? Na, 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 na,
she won't mix the
it's like the Macarena almost.
Word of the living God with this world. No.
If you gotta ask, you probably can't afford it.
Oh, no, 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 you gotta get the Holy Ghost upon your soul, for you never can get warmed by a painted fire.
And you can't escape my basement. Oh my God. I've got chains.
Wasted a long, long time for the season to be right.
It puts the lotion on the skin
for the portion which only could,
or else it gets the hose again.
Could fulfill. And when the season had come, looking back where I'd come from, unfolds to me God's grace. How cold I'd been. What little truth I was in.
How to sabotage a show. Just play this hog shit.
To that I'll never return. You can't get warm.
Oh, that was a good transition. You got
by
a
painted fire.
The tempo change was something special.
It takes the burning word to satisfy this bride's desire.
You can't get rid of the burning without penicillin.
She won't mix the word of the living God with this world. No, 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 no. You gotta get the Holy Ghost upon your soul, for you never can get warmed by a painted fire.
But if you're Tim, feel free to jump in a real one.
Cry till you're made whole. Throw your fears into the sea.
Throw your fears into the sea. Like, that's even possible. Like, wait. That's not even possible to do. Just like made up shit. Shut up. Okay, here.
Throw your
Macho's not liking this.
pride into the burning fire. Take the world out of me.
Jump off a bridge.
Can't get warm by a painted fire. It takes a Holy Ghost to satisfy this bride's desire. She won't mix the word.
I think when he's talking about bride, he is talking about himself.
The living God with this world. No, 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 no. You've got to get the Holy Ghost upon your soul, for you never can get.
She probably would, but I'd have to tell her who he was. But she might. She might. Macho, come here. Come here. God, he's such. They're just like It's just like nonstop.
By a painted fire.
Okay, that song. I mean, that was the best one. I don't know if we should play anymore though. Pretty much killed the entire audience. Let's see here. I jumped into a burning ring of fire. Yeah, it's bad. How can I click into it when you keep stopping it? Well, if I didn't stop it and say stuff in the middle of it, I would lose even more viewers than I already have. That's why. So you're going to have to work through it, push through it. It'll be okay. I'm with you. In the blaze of fire. Woo! That's not true. Okay. What do we do? We're at an hour and a half. I don't know how much I have in me. Oh, I have. I've lost everyone. I gotta let Macho out for a second. I don't know what his problem is. I'll be right back. Here, listen to Soul Sister while I do it. A palate cleanse.
Lipstick stains.
Like that song's probably too good. Hold on. Let's play Sabino Canyon. I'm sure this one sucks too. I try not to get scared, okay? I'll be back in a second.
I think I'll go to Sabino Canyon. I do not know if I'll return again where eagles soar in Sabino Canyon, where deer can rest to the pines lullaby. The breezes whirl, the canyon squirrels are careful, the chasms deep, the dusty trails of Javelina, a bullheader's grasp to be carried until I go to Sabino Canyon. I will not know this call that's pulling me.
Is this one any good?
I think how's
our viewership? Here we go.
To Sabino Canyon.
Sabino Canyon. This one sucks bad.
I do not know if I'll return again.
One day I got a call from the Lord. I told my wife, I said, honey, my work is over. I didn't know.
And this one's a dainty, like little this one's, God, how long is that song? 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Like a knockoff Waylon Jennings.
I do not know if I'll return again.
Yeah, nobody's wanting you to do that. Trust me. Okay. Hey, Noel, how are you? Enjoying the show? I don't know what his day job is. I think it has something to... I got to bust open a Diet Coke. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, jeez. All right, so what do we do? Do we go on a field trip with... Yeah, let's go with Tim. Let's go hang out with Tim for a few. Now that you've been acquainted. Worst every second? Okay. I hope he goes on tour again. He won't. It's not good. I can't play the fob. I can't review myself. I can't believe he deleted that. I'll have to find it somewhere else. I'm sure somebody has it.
I think we got some rain. I think we got some water. If anybody's thirsty.
Here he is.
Awesome. Yeah. Ross Bridge Ruins. Ross. That
that's good
is the Rotherwood Mansion built by the Rosses. Mr.
Rotherwood Estate built by the son of David Ross.
Ross, one of the founding people of this area. His daddy had owned thousands of acres here, and when he died, he came to check it out. And
yes.
He made a little place called Rossville.
How clever.
Built the first bridge, not that one, but put a bridge across.
It's actually really pretty, though.
Across the river. Very historical. And
yeah, it's the belt guy.
The judge that sentenced Don is named Ross.
The judge that sentenced Don. Get over it, dude.
Judge Ross. So I asked him, I said, are you
okay. Wait, Bonita, why are you lost?
related to these Rosses? And he said no. I thought for a moment. But these Rosses had slaves at the time. Slaves took the owner's last name. And so many of the slaves' last name was Ross. Well, a few years back, a Ross showed up to maybe buy this because it was empty at the time, to buy the Rotherwood estate. Decided not to. They came because their family was part of the slave family in this area, and her name is Diana Ross.
What the?
The entertainer, the singer. She almost bought this. I think she didn't because...
Oh my God, Macho. Hold on.
Privacy matters, maybe, or...
Yeah, the privacy matters, like some freak standing down the hill, zooming in on it. She probably didn't want to be bothered.
You know, a way to keep it safe. But,
Kiss Brian, member
Diana
for
Ross.
a month. Thank you, Brian. It's good to see you, buddy.
But that is called Rotherwood Mansion.
Yes, the Supremes. Yes.
In this same area is where one of the main Civil War battles of this area was fought. But this is the Holston River.
The Holston River.
There's a North Holston, a South Holston, and they join right here. The North is on my right, the South Holston is on the left, and this is the nice trail that's currently being washed. Real nice. I think we'll stop right here at the beach. This is absolutely beautiful in the springtime, so maybe we'll come back when we're on part whatever of these 8 months, 9 months, 8.5 months of so far the missing of Summer Wells and my getting to know the family, meeting the family, how I went from just an invisible guy who was just trying to help them with a website to managing the main media for them. I was not the YouTuber person. That was much too big to take on at the time. It needed help there, needed a lot of help there, but my focus was the main media. However, we're not there yet. We're just at the building of the website, having not met the family, having only seen Candace in a parade, having met Robin different times, and she was kind of the...
What he means is stalked Robin.
A connection to whether the family would want a website where they could post things. And we got that started, but I still had not met the family. And so it was maybe within the week, they were having the prayer vigils. And I felt, well, you know, I should go. I'd already, for a few days, had saturated myself. Kind of in the case you could.
He saturated himself. What the frick does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I saturated myself. Basically, he pissed himself. That's what I would take from it.
Say, reading it, posting it, putting up pictures of Summer, you know, and you start getting connected to the family because they're giving you their intimate things.
That's what she said.
To post, to put up. So I really wanted to go to one of the prayer vigils, and I didn't know if they would be there or not. I thought they might. Also wanted to maybe get some pictures that I could put on the news site just to help keep Summer out there, because I could do that too. You know, I had their website, but I could also put up news on the kingsport.me free media news site. Just keep her name out there. And I could put some things that the other media might not.
Like what, Tim?
So I wanted to go to the prayer vigil. They were having it at the park, one of the parks here, Borden Park. Seems like when it gets cold out here, my mouth freezes up. Temperatures dropped again. So that's at Borden Park. Ooh. That's a good piece of bamboo. That's what we use around here for fishing poles. It's a good size. Real good size. Oh, nice.
The stick down, Tim. It's going to make a fishing pole.
Drop the good camera in the mud. Yeah, see? Good.
He's going to go home and flog himself with it.
good fishing pole. Yeah.
Or you could go buy one for $9.99 and it will work better than whatever fishing pole you're going to make out of that thing.
Put a little string on there, a couple worms.
I mean, what the hell?
It's heavy. Yeah. Also makes an awesome spear. When we were little guys, we'd make spears. They throw good too. So the prayer vigil was at Borden Park. Maybe we'll zip up there in a little bit.
Yeah.
And
there's your park.
So I came to Borden Park. You know, when you start working on a website with an intimate family's stuff, and then when you combine that with that it's a missing child case, and you combine that with nobody knowing what happened, and you combine that with you don't know these people at all. You don't know if they're the rowdiest things. You don't know if they're evil, mean, wicked.
I don't know. I don't think so. I hope
you don't know if they're nice.
Would explain a lot.
You know, you don't know if they did it, if they didn't do it. I mean, you don't know any of this. And just right up front, I didn't want to enter into that part of judging, or I guess what we call now getting into the case. I was just simply making a website so that they could post things. And
except they don't post things on there, Tim. You do. And you post your political bullshit, your Proud Boys crazy, psychotic weirdness.
A way to express themselves. If they wanted to whatever extent they wanted to. But I didn't know them. So I went to the first prayer vigil at Borden Park. And I think the only person I would have, quote, known was Robin. Didn't really know her, but had communicated enough with her. And Candace was there. Candace Bly Wells.
Oh, she looks
the mother. And
so in July 27, 2021, Summer would have been missing about a month and a half, and this is a prayer vigil. Yes, he was deep in the Summer Wells case. But he forced himself into it.
And that was her, the one that was carrying the banner in the parade. And so I think it was already started when I got there. I might have taken a few pictures. I immediately could feel the vibe. You know, this was late July. So we're closing in on a month and a half, and I could already.
Actually, White Boy, from what I understood, White Boy said that Tim's weird, but I'm sure that Tim feels that White Boy is weird.
Already feel that protective hand, that there were some there that were, they were.
But they have one thing in common. It's White Boy. And it's Tim, and they love Dawn. Both of them love Dawn. Oh, Dawn, you're so awesome. The way that you break the law all the time, and the way you steal women's panties.
They were eyeballing everybody.
Dawn's like, White Boy, I love when you eat out of the dog bowl.
Buddy, so you could kind of feel that. And I think the media was there then. I'm going to have to go back and check that.
Oh my God. Look at Tim here. Oh my God. He's Robin Williams 1 hour photo. Look at that. I've never seen anything like it. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure it was. And I'm going to have to go back and check that.
Okay, here.
I'm pretty sure it was. And so I was all very, very noticeable when there's media around, because I've just worked with media a lot through life. So I was observing more than anything.
I didn't know he had a ponytail. I don't think he does.
And was there then. I'm going to have to go back and
That's
check
not
that.
a ponytail. That's somebody standing behind him. But it kind of does look like a ponytail. Look. That's actually a lady back here. He doesn't have a... Thank God he doesn't have a ponytail.
I'm pretty sure it was. And so I was all very, very noticeable when there's media around, because I've just worked with media a lot through life. So I was observing more than anything.
And I'll tell you what, he's a master at media.
Just trying to get a feel for it, because I'd ventured in with this website, and there's this feeling like, should I even be doing this? No. Is this yay? Is this nay? Is this good? Is this bad?
It's bad.
Is this just a whole bunch of insanity and craziness? Is this legit?
It's not.
And, there was naturally a feeling.
The voices came to me and they said, is this wrong or is this right? Is it good? Is it bad? Shut up.
Inside, yeah, this is legit. This is very real.
Maximus.
This is, quote, your neighbor. I mean, they weren't that far down the road, and their child's gone.
Pretty far.
We don't know what. We don't know how. I'm putting up all these pictures of her, and I'm looking at this, this little girl. She's not a baby. She's a little girl.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for letting us know.
I'm thinking back of my sisters and my nieces, and those that are close to you in your heart. And so, you're going, yeah, it's valid to help. It's valid.
Thinking about my sisters and my nieces and all the girls that ran from me at school because I'd scared the shit out of them.
To help, it's helping your neighbor. It's just doing your little teeny.
But it didn't matter because I was the best hopscotch jumper there was.
Piece that you can do, something you're very familiar with that you can do. I mean, nobody had done it. I'd kind of watched and it wasn't happening. So it just seemed like that's the part I could play to help. But I still didn't know the people. I didn't know Candace. I didn't know Dawn. Only person I knew was Robin, and she was so happy in her personality, even though in struggles and emotion, but she still had a way of keeping that smile on her face. And so that was established, and she was friends with him. So I thought, okay, well, as they say, sometimes you can not judge a person, but you can look at their friends and kind of see a little something about them.
Yeah, no shit. That's what we think about you.
So,
weirdo.
they're at the prayer vigil. I can't remember if they started praying or they said, let's pray, but I just went over and stood next to
Now he's stalking Diana Ross's house again.
To Candace to pray was the main reason.
It's just like staring at people's houses.
But then also just to see what her atmosphere was. You know, I've been around.
His channel, I don't know. I think it's just like Tim Mullen, media manager, I think.
Enough people in life. You can tell when they're, you know, you can feel those, we'll call them vibes. I'll just call it that.
Vibes.
And, you know, we went, we prayed. And, you know, you're trying to grasp, here's a woman whose child's disappeared. You know, a billion miles past what especially a man can feel. Men can't feel what mothers feel. Ever.
Men can't feel what mothers feel. Ever.
You know, this is the woman that carried the child, you know, for 9 months, and all that relationship that develops even before the child's born. Then the child's there, then the child's gone. But I stood by her. It wasn't like you were next to somebody in a
I mean, you couldn't have got a better photo of her. Couldn't have picked a better photo. No, well, that's fine.
1,000 unraveled emotions. There was a solidity about her. There was something solid. Emotion, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you. This woman was a month and a half drained of emotions.
Right. Whatever, Timmy.
You know. Tears. Yeah, there was some, but not much. She was drained. She was there.
She looks mad.
I don't know how to put that into words. I'll almost have to just look at my pictures and maybe catch a little of what it was like standing there beside her. I mean, by now there was still a daze about it. I guess in
What's
her.
up, Gary?
Kind of in a daze. But it'd been a month and a half, and they'd already been through a lot. They'd been through a lot of the social media, a lot of the news media that sometimes would take what you say or bend it or tilt it, or, you know, that dramatic point that sells the story. That's just how it works. So she was just there, and the people were praying, and she was standing there.
Well, I don't really think that's fair, Tim. I think that a lot of the things that were said were repeated exactly how they were said. I mean, I don't what the hell is he talking about?
But, you know, people say, yeah, she's wicked. No, I sense nothing evil. I sense nothing wicked.
She hates you. Like, that's a fact. She hates him. She can't stand him. Hates him. I know that. I've heard her tell me that she can't stand him. And then I've also heard, don't, you know, he's my friend.
There was nothing there that was that way at all. You know, and I'm just said, been around enough to know, well, you know, you don't just take one little thing and say, oh, okay, and make a decision. But that was just that moment. There was nothing bad at that moment. There was nothing that seemed like this was a horrible, evil woman who was, you know, brilliantly devious and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, she was just who she is.
No,
Looking
well, he
back,
is.
I can see that
He's
was just exactly who she is.
I mean, for some of the people that aren't familiar and haven't listened to any of this in the past, this guy showed up to a prayer vigil with a modified belt that carried water bottles in it, like he was in battle, like Vietnam. Like a Vietnam water belt, where he and you know, from what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but this could be not true. That Don drank from the one either near his ass or his crotch. That's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true. It's disgusting. That's just what I heard.
And so there was prayer. And I believe it was after that meeting.
He's not registered, but I know he's been in a mental institution before. For what, I don't know. Probably because he was mental.
Or it wasn't after that. Oh, that was it. I think I had already talked to Robin.
No, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. I made him drinking from the one nearest Belders growing up. However,
about the caution.
He did have an actual water belt. That's a factoid. He had a water belt. He had a belt that was crafted to carry water bottles. And I don't think he bought it that way. I think that he altered it to make it that way.
With the cameras. Because it was...
Which is fudged.
It's a hot case. And
yes, he's still spreading their bullshit propaganda.
It doesn't matter how wonderful the person is. A news person is under the pressures of their own boss. I think one of the most famous lines everybody's taught is, well, we just have to ask.
Tears Ran Dry. Which was your favorite show? The one where I talked about the water belt?
It's kind of...
When I said Don drank from it like a little hamster while I was still on him.
Like one of those catch cliche phrases. But there's just amazingly nice people. Nice newscasters. But they're taught somewhere between news and investigative reporting, and I'd already heard enough online to see that the whales just weren't geared. They weren't geared.
Yes, he does. He runs the Facebook page. Mohawk Bomb Tim posting pictures of the boys while they were in CPS custody. He absolutely did that. He wasn't supposed to be doing that shit at all. Called me a liar one time on the website. Told him that I wasn't lying. And I can't remember. It was about when Candace said that Dawn tried to tell everybody that Candace had a heart attack, but Candace has a pacemaker and her battery needed to be changed or something like that. So then he was just like posting about it. And then I did a show calling him a liar. And then he put like a picture of like my logo up with like an X through it and said like not to pay attention to me, I guess.
For that.
Do that shit again, Tim. See what happens.
They never worked with media, talked to media. They'd gone through the first big phases of what the YouTube creator, dominion was like, and pretty close to already burnout with the media.
Okay, so hold on. So this says some of the most common signs of social media burnout. Negativity towards your job or others. Who doesn't have that? You don't even have to have social media to have that. A lack of energy or enthusiasm. That sounds like life. An inability to do your job properly. You already covered that, number one. A reduction in your energy. Back to lack of energy and enthusiasm. Who wrote this? Feelings of exhaustion. That again goes back to a reduction in your energy and enthusiasm.
Themselves, they just
feeling or being unwell more regular. For some reason, I think Tim wrote that list. Because it was shitty.
They don't like cameras in the face. And then when they would see the reports and the influence of that. So I believe it was that one. It could have been the next one. So if I get some of these switched, I'll try to correct it here on editing. But that was when Robin, who I'd talked to, not quite enough, but I'd talked to her about the media that was there and some cautions that needed to be taken. Because the cameras never turned off.
Well, Whiskey Yankee Charlie, I didn't say it means that person is insane, but he's been in there 3 different times, so allegedly.
If you ever work with the media, always know that.
Exactly, Jenny. Feeling bad, feeling not good, feeling icky.
When the story's over, the camera's still running, and everybody relaxes, and that's when they try to get you with the question they really want to ask you. So, little things like that.
Bonita, that's a great song.
And once again, this is just how it works. If you've ever worked in media, this is just how it works. And you got to have the dramatic punch, because that's what sells the ads and brings the viewers. If you don't believe that or understand that, go check out YouTube and look at the stories, the crime stories that are full of drama and accusation
and some psycho making videos about how he showed up to Donna Candace's house.
Those sorts of things that require Shakespearean actors to speak about. So it sounds very big.
Well, it's the website. I don't know what kind of hits the website gets, but I know that, they had a substantial following on, I think, on Facebook, but he, I don't know, he ran it into the ground mostly.
James Bond. And you'll have thousands of views. You put up just a good, solid, all-around truth, you'll have some. That's just how it works. That's why these videos I'm making, I'm really not making them. I'm making them for the boys. I'm making them for the family. I'm making it just for myself to sort everything. And you'll notice. Just kind of track them as they're unfolded. You're not going to see that many views because they're not exciting, which is just fine. They're not really there for views. This isn't monetary. Unless you set up an account and do all that, according to rumor. Even if I had 50,000 subscribers, unless I've actually set it up monetary and name and money and bank account and however all that works. No, the only person making money would be YouTube. So I could have 1 billion subscribers, but if I don't monetize, I don't make a penny. And if ads pop up, that's YouTube. Because I'm a guest on YouTube's turf. It's not my channel. Just like Facebook. We're the guest a corporate company who sets up something that we're able to use. It's not the real world. It's just what it is. So we had discussed that, Robin.
Oh God!
The one person I knew, but she was there, and she's bubbly and lots of zeal, and also hadn't worked with media. So I'd give her just, especially just standing right there. I said, "Be careful here. Don't do that. Watch out this way." You know, I just want to stay invisible. And the media was asking me, you know, who are you? Can we interview you? And no. And that's when Robin, in her wonderfulness to encourage and support, had her little talk with the flyers, and I'd asked her, I said, just let them know about the website if you would, that it's there. But I forgot to say, but please don't mention me, because I can just work quietly. I mean, I was just barely in this. I'll just quietly do the website for the family, you know.
Yeah, how'd that work out, Sam?
And to count the rings, you can see how old the tree is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll say 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Real fast, 40, 50 years old.
My God.
Beautiful wood. Beautiful wood.
Oh my God.
Beautiful wood. So Robin.
And then he laughs about it.
Not knowing.
This is when Don's in jail. He misses him so much.
Man, she
listen,
40, 50 years old.
He misses Don so much.
Beautiful wood.
I see him everywhere. I can't go anywhere without thinking about him.
So Robin, not knowing me, she really didn't know me. She thought that was my business, I think, making websites or something. And so.
No, she did not think that.
She wanted to promote me.
She did not.
So she says, you can go to the website. And Tim Mullen over here made it.
There's a website that's just been created. It's called findsummerwells.com. And it's going to have updated information on there. So we don't put this on there? Absolutely. Yes, Tim Mullen right there. He's the one that made it. He created the way he does
Tim,
oh, hold on. Look at him. He's saying no, be quiet. Look at this little weirdo.
He created the way he does
and I was like, no.
Look at him. Oh my God. He's got the Dr. Phil and everything.
Oh, shh. That you see my little finger. It wasn't 007. It wasn't because I was the head of the SDA church or the Branch Davidians or.
Yeah.
You know, all these things that people proved were me, and they were every single one of them wrong. I don't know where they do their research. I could have found out who I was in about 10 seconds online. But anyway.
Yeah, we bet you could have.
I gave her the hush, shh. Like, no. This isn't about me. No. This is not about me. This is about the Wells family in summer. You don't need another face, another person. That's just how I am. Yeah, it's a mix. I like being invisible. I also like people. But I've also been in the entertainment industry. I've been around all that too. Was in a little movie once, you know. It just
Yeah, the movie that he was in, I heard, was called How to Give Yourself a Lobotomy.
comes with all that. But she said my name. And my little hush was just, it's...
Who are you, Destiny's Child? He liked when she said my name. She said my name. Get over it, dude. He's excited because a woman with most of her teeth said his name. Big deal.
No, it's not about me. And God bless her soul.
Oh my God, look at this. Hold on. Now I have to move myself. Look, I'll just move that. God bless her soul. I'm sure she really wanted you to be putting her face everywhere.
Later she said, I'm so sorry. And it was like, that's fine. But I knew the very split second she said it, it was going to be very impossible.
Yeah, we burnt your ass up over it too, didn't we, Timmy? Yeah, we did. We made your life hell. Because you were posting about the kids and lying and all that shit. Man, we got you.
To stay invisible.
And I led the charge. And I'll do it again, loser.
And just quietly do my little portion.
One time I took Tim's face and I edited it on to the guy from Scary Movie, the butler, and I used it as a thumbnail once. He didn't like that. Take my good hand.
And sure enough, the media came straight over and they wanted to interview, and they really wanted to interview then. And
oh, my good hand.
It's like, no.
It was a beautiful thing. You're right, Rochelle. Amen.
And then things just kind of kept unfolding, and I believe that was the time.
Dude, I frigged with this guy so much.
I mean, they were wanting to talk to Candace.
One time I called him a son of a bitch, and then he posted a comment that said, "Now a creator has called my mother a bitch." I was like, dude.
That's probably about the first time I stepped in. I walked over to Candace and I said, would you want to let them talk to you? And I think she said, no more. No more interviews or something like that. And I picked it up in a split second. Yeah, they're burnt. They are burnt. And they are burnt out.
Yeah, sucks when you get burnt out looking for your child.
This digital world. This insane digital world.
I was very annoyed by the spin that he was putting on things.
I mean, there used to be some dignity about all this back in the early days when there were maybe 3 channels on the networks, 3 networks. But I could tell real fast she'd had enough of this stuff. And so that was like the first moment where I felt protective. So I let the media know. I wasn't a spokesperson, but I kind of had to step in at that moment, kind of as a spokesperson.
You were the spokesperson.
I was just watching all this unfold around me, and I realized, we need to get this out. So I went to Robin. I said, Robin, would you let them interview you, and you could tell them. Tell them about the website. And she was reluctant at first, but then she would. And I saw right then, if I was building a news station, I would have hired her. I gave her about 2 sentences or 3.
Oh my God.
And she spoke in an absolutely beautiful, brilliant couple paragraphs or so.
He's obsessed.
It's a news person's dream, because they catch it immediately, and then they can speak it and add it and put it verbally, and it's what you're looking for. I mean, if there was a spokesperson, Robin easily could have been it. And so she handled that. And it was very good, extremely good. I think it was with Erica out of Knoxville. I think that one was. I can't remember now, because one of the local stations, I think the boys weren't there at the home at that point, and you know, one of the stations, you know, they'll ask questions and they'll slip in this, and they'll ask 5 this way, and then they'll shoot in number 6, and then they'll go back. But it's the number 6 that they're trying to get. And I think that was one when one of the stations took something she said, and you know, their headline was, you know, like, Sunday school teacher spokesman confirms boys are blah blah blah, and it's like, whoa. So Robin real fast.
Yeah, so Robin was the one that actually told, I believe, told the news that the boys had been taken.
Found out how you can go from just being yourself and trying to honestly answer a question, and you are presented completely what you do not want presented as. So you just kind of have to, you see how each announcer, each news person does it, how each station does it, how they edit it. Sometimes it's not the news person, sometimes it's the editing. There's just more to it before they put it on their stations. And you know, Robin learned fast, and it's one of those things you're always learning.
Yeah, I think I remember that
because you just don't know what you might do, how you might blink, what you might say, or what question they'll sneak in, and when they sneak it in, before the interview, during the interview, or after it's over. It's just how it works. I mean, good interviewers. You know, these are skills. Once again, it's a skill set.
Did you do something? Did you do something to be blocked? I just wonder that when people, I'm not saying you did. You're not blocked, but did you say something bad about Josh before? I'm just kidding.
But this case,
you can say whatever you want.
It's always is different, this situation, because it's a missing child. And so the rules are there. Switch.
God, I hope I wanted him.
Cameras.
Fall in, please.
The rules are there, but
damn it, he didn't fall in. I wish he would have fallen in.
But at the same time, it has to be changed. This is not just a story. This isn't just your standard thing that's happening, and you have certain ways, and you got to get your information out of the politician, or you've got to find out exactly, you know, did you burn your house down? You know, whatever those kind of stories. This was missing case. This was.
I mean, I don't really block that many people, I don't think. You have to really be a real prick. And nobody's really like that. Nobody's here like that here. Mostly.
A devastation of a family in a situation that was having no answers yet. So that made a slight problem, you might say, in the case of, well, let's not say problem. Let's say this was a learning curve. Well, the flood brought in the trash. That's what floods do.
Is that all they do?
But that's what rivers are for. They wash out all the trash.
That's not what rivers are for.
The learning curve issue on this case, and this was very, I want to say this the right way because it's not jabbing any of the.
Josh, someone said earlier that a person made him mad because the person called Dr. Gary a quack. They were talking to you. Well, not everybody likes us.
The news producers or the.
Dr. Gary is definitely not trash.
The interviewees,
or a kook, sorry.
interviewers. And that is that most local type stations hire young ladies fresh out of college, a few years experience, to, you know, be the very pretty newscasting lady. The learning curve part is that they are young and many times haven't been married yet, many times haven't had children yet. And so they don't have that experience of a woman, what it's like to carry a child, what it's like to lose a child. They don't have it in the sense of having been a mother themselves yet. And so when you're in the work atmosphere, you feel like you've been here before. Okay, phone filled up, battery went out, so we got another battery. Looks like the geese are enjoying the water. Now what we were saying is, the young newscasters, especially if they've never been married, have never been mother, so just that.
Never been mother?
What Candace would be feeling, there would be no way they could understand. I mean, even if they've done some other stories, it's just, every mother understands. I don't have to say this. Anybody who's ever been a mother, I guess I should rephrase that. Any woman who's ever been a mother, who's birthed a child, only they understand what I'm trying to say. And so what happens
all right.
is when the reporter...
That's enough.
Like they say, she back on the beat and she back on her feet. Now it's time to ask the hard questions. That sort of thing. Sometimes you forget that the question you're asking may be brutal. I use that word a lot here, but just plain brutal to a mother. You know, I mean, you think it's a...
He's back. He's back at Diana Ross's house.
A good question. Like, if you could say something to Summer, what would you say right now? Well, that just rips the hearts out because you're trying to find a balance and not think about that, and your emotions, and you're in public, and so just things like that are just too much. So it was very apparent that Candace had had enough of this.
No, well, he's very out of breath. Yes.
Stuff. And so at least that one time I kind of stepped in there and helped out by steering the media away from her and letting her have that privacy. Robin learned that you have to be very careful what you say. Once again, I think all this was at the same prayer vigil. Because you can bust up a friendship. They don't, in a situation like this, and we've all been learning these things, depending your age, your life experiences, and this sort of thing. But it was,
Hi, April. Nice to meet
you lose trust. Like they say, trust is hard to earn and easy to lose. And so, looking back especially, Robin was one of the few solid friends that was there before it happened. She was there after it happened. And she's a real friend. And she was trusted. So the media can take something you say and all of a sudden make it look like that you're, you know.
Well, if you weren't blocked, you're blocked now.
You're something special now, and you're using this situation for your own self-glories of some sort. And yeah, when it was reported that she was almost like the spokesman about the boys not being around, you can mess that friendship up. It was all quickly fixed because they were friends. And you know, Candace saw that Robin wasn't, you know, trying to be something or blab out information or tattletale, or, you know, they'd already had, this was a month and a half later, so they'd already had, you know, the so-called friends that call you and say they want to help, and then they start blabbing everything, trying to block the wind, everything you said, but in a negative way. And you know, you lose when you were somebody, when you were a family that was kind of separated anyway. You were living your life. All families do. Every family's that way. Every family finds its normal, what makes it function and how it can function with all the different aspects of life, pasts, complexes, scars. You find your normal. So they didn't have like lots of people anyway that you would say were like friends. And you know, Robin was key to that. So Robin learned real fast the caution that you have to take, and sometimes that caution is just avoid completely. You know, sometimes if you don't feel right, you don't do the interview. And sometimes it's just because maybe your personality clashes with the person doing it, the actual interview. You know, sometimes it's just something you don't know. You just don't feel like it that day, or you just don't feel right yourself. So that was part of what happened. So
yeah, I got gifted.
You kind of had me step in there to help steer off the media for Candace. You had Robin learning better how to work with the media, the cautions to take. You had the website was now made public, which was good. That's all I really wanted. I just wanted it to get out there so the public would have access to the pictures and everything. Try to help.
And the lab, thank you for being a 1 month nocturnal lab rat. He says, I love the host. Thank you. Thank you. It's very kind. I appreciate that. Very kind thing to say. Love your show. The Lab, I love your show. Over here on Lab After Dark, we love the Lab.
This family.
Great show. You got a great show over there, I'm telling you.
Maybe spot their dog.
One of the best. One of the best shows. It's a great show. It's a great host.
You had me trying to stay invisible just because I like that. Just easier to work. And I also didn't want
hell of a host.
The YouTube mob, you know, just going silly. Yeah, we all have our own reasons of different things. I'm not big at talking about myself, so that wasn't important. You had me meeting Candace. She didn't know who I was. I mean, it wasn't like, hello, I'm this and you're that. It was just meeting her in person. Her atmosphere, what she was like. And then, probably what taught me more about Candace, and I'll share this. To me, it's a sacred moment. You know, if there's such a thing with some YouTube creators. But for us, people who just have a heart and we don't have any other objective, but we're all accused of it constantly. And that is, someone had given Candace, I believe it was a $100 Amazon gift card. We were getting ready to leave, and I was just kind of standing nearby, but I heard Robin ask Candace, what she needed, on Amazon that Robin could go ahead and order and get for her. Candace, I don't even think she breathed between the question and the answer, just immediately.
She was smoking a cigarette. And the Lab, thank you for your $10 super chat. The Lab says, thank you for being the funniest person on YouTube. Check that. The world. Love your show. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Love your show too, buddy.
She told Robin to get $100 worth. They're these, I can't remember what they're called. They come in a little bag and they're little balls of different colors, and you can throw them in your swimming pool or something and they float. And I mean, they come in these great big bags, for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 bucks, I don't know, maybe 10. She wanted $100 worth of these things. And she said, I want you to buy this, whatever they're called. We'll call them the color balls. I want you to buy the $100 worth of these color balls so I can pour them in the swimming pool. So when the children come back, they can have them all to play with in the whole swimming pool. It was something like that. At that instant, I saw this woman is 100% mother. She's 100% mother. There wasn't even a blink that she wanted something for herself. There wasn't a blink of anything else. I mean, $100, that's pretty good stuff. Drop of the hat, she was thinking of the children, and she wanted.
This is good. She's good.
All that there, so when they came back, and at that point, the boys weren't there. So, I mean, here's a mother now with 4 children that aren't with her.
Kelsey says your super chat is too small on the screen. It's not my super chat. It comes from the Lab.
Before you could blink your eye.
And I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to make it any smaller. I tried.
She spent all $100 on those children, and I knew right then she's a mother. I had a confidence at that moment that helping them was probably going to be okay. Once again, remember, I didn't know them. I didn't know what they were, who they were, how they were, other than just what I'd seen on some news. And I'd seen the banner, so I already had that little clue, that little insight of Candace. But when I heard her say that, it was clear. And I mean, we know a lot of people.
Who's this we?
But that was solid 100 grade mother.
Solid 100 grade mother. Maximus.
You know, it doesn't matter what people think of how she mothered.
Oh, yes,
it doesn't matter
does.
what they think of anything like that. But she would spend every penny for those children.
I bet that Tim Mullen gets scammed by like princesses in like Congo.
And I know people have criticized their house and their yard, but if you just step back and look at it, a good percentage of what's laying everywhere, you know, they were making fun of the hillsides. You look at it, it was things for the children.
Oh yeah, that's a top-notch toy there. I wish I could get the super chat smaller.
And you can just tell. If the children said, Mom, she was getting them something.
Plus, I don't think it's appropriate for him to be showing the kids his stuff. He'd frig right off.
And she was
solid 100 grade mother. You heard it. Well, it's huge. All right, where'd that super chat go? Hold on.
Going to get just one. She was going to get them all something because she's a mother.
She's like upset, like he's like a parrot. He can't get off that word. Mother, 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 100% grade mother, 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 grade A, mother, 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 maximum, mother, 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 mommy, mother, 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 mom, mother, mom, mom, mother, mother, mother.
That's what mothers do.
Oh my God, he did it again.
It's their children. It's their life. It's the blood in their system.
Mother, mother, mother.
And that's Candace. Nobody can convince me otherwise.
Oh, I bet we could. Lulu. She re-upped. Lulu, you have just purchased yourself hundreds of hours of GeoGuessr. All right, where'd the lab super chat go? Okay. Thank you.
Because it's been confirmed over and over and over since then. That one statement, though, that gave me a trust.
Mother, mother, mother,
It gave me a trust that this mother was a mother. And all the rumors I was already hearing after that month and a half.
Wait, how did that happen? Well, okay, so now you're weird. Lulu does need a mod raise. 23 months. Okay, back to where's that other super chat that I had?
Just silly. Totally silly.
This mother was
she loved her
mother.
children. All four of them. She loves them all.
Yeah, but like how much?
But you can't squeeze that out of a good.
Like he's posting pictures of the kids when they were in custody of the state.
She's not a mountain woman. And she's not a streets woman. She's a combination of a lot of things. I still didn't. She's not a mountain woman.
Okay.
And she's not a streets woman.
I disagree.
She's a combination of
She's a mountain street person. Is that what you said? What the heck? I mean, I have no idea.
a lot of things. I still didn't know her. And I don't want to go that way yet because I don't.
Oh, there's more to the story.
Describing her. So I'm just going to hold with that one piece. That's the one piece I knew. Yes, she's a mother. 100 grade mother. And with that confidence.
Look at the little spinny thing. Look at the little spinny graphic you put.
100 grade mother. And with that confidence.
If he drew that heart, it sucks. It's not a good heart.
From that first prayer, mother. And with that, yes, she's a mother, 100 grade mother. And with that confidence, from that first prayer vigil, I felt okay doing the website.
Great. It's awesome. We're happy for you.
If for anybody, it was just for her.
Yeah. I'm sure she appreciates every minute of it too. Now, let's go see if there's anybody by themselves. Why is he walking? What the hell is he doing?
You can't stop a river, and you can't stop a real mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. My eye hurts. You can't stop a river, and you can't stop a mother. Choo choo! Choo choo!
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Oh, man. Oh, well, that was fun. Night, everybody. Thank you for being here. Best late night show on YouTube. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. At least until it's canceled.
that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
Uh-oh.
He looked over and he said, Simon, he said, I got something to say to you. Oh my. Here you are, Simon. I got something to say to you. You invited me here. I come on your invitation. You invited me. And when I come to the door, you never wash my feet. And when I come in, you never anointed my head. You let me come in dirty. And you never kissed me welcome, though you invited me. But this woman here, let her be whatever she may be, she has washed my feet with her tears. She's wiped them with the hairs of her head, and she has anointed my feet and constantly kissed my feet ever since she's been laying there. You found out what is a prophet or not?
Pressure to bend. I know is growing. I'm brooding again.
It sucks so bad. It's terrible. Oh my God. It's like soundtrack for Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, just imagine Freddy Krueger like chasing you down with this song playing.
I sense your love growing. 2,000 years I've worked to restore. Now I'm seeing what I waited for, and I want you to know.
Oh, I want you to know that you're a crazy bastard. Crazy bastard. Crazy bastard. I'm a crazy bastard. I'm a lunatic. Lunatic.
With them great big eyes looking to see what's going to say. He said, and I say unto her,
I'm a lunatic.
all her sins which are many are forgiven. That's it. All her sins are forgiven her. That's what I want to hear.
Maximus Motherist.
Why, looky here. And he said, someday he'll come. And then, now in here, we neither eat, drink, or sleep. We're just all one. But it isn't perfect. It's beyond perfect. It's not sublime. It's beyond sublime. There's no name. You can't think. There ain't no words in the vocabulary to say it. You just arrive, that's all.
There's a place been spoke through all the ages. There are hands that paved the way.
Oh yeah.
With their scars, there's a rest where peace prevails. For in Him it's been revealed.
They
and just one step
stay away
and the bride
from the girls' locker room.
It isn't perfect.
They said I'd be arrested.
It's beyond perfect.
And possibly taste. I was just boring a hole in the side of the wall.
It's beyond
so I could get a gaze. Dun dun dun.
There's no name you can think. There is no word in the vocabulary
I
to say
didn't mean to be a
just
stalker.
right. That's all. You
I'm a stalker.
just arrived.
Don't look at me. I'll look
There's
at
a
you.
roof that's meant her redeemer.
I have a van
And
with no windows.
Naomi's drawing near
And I have a
to
license
nurse the child.
to sell.
Joseph's bowels, they are churning for his heart, for Benjamin's burning.
Benjamin's burning, baby.
And Ruth is now believing she is Jesus' name.
Ruth thinks she's pregnant.
It isn't perfect. It's beyond perfect. It's not sublime. It's beyond sublime.
It's not sublime, it's beyond sublime.
There's no name you can think. There is no word in the vocabulary.
Not even Rumpelstiltskin
to say it. You've just arrived.
You're here, baby.
That's all.
That's all.
You've just arrived.
And you'll never leave again.
There's a people waiting for final adoption. Just beyond the curtain of time, they await. How they are, we may never be, for they still are not complete. We're the ones to cross the curtain fully glorified.
Tim, close the curtain. Close the curtains. Close them.
Isn't perfect. It's beyond perfect. It's not
had to be double sublimes. It's not sublime. It's beyond sublime.
Vocabulary to say it.
Vocabulary.
Just arrived.
7-letter syllables don't work in songs.
That's all. You've just arrived.
And you'll never leave again. You'll never leave
Just
again.
That's all. You just
It's like the Hotel California. It's like the Hotel California. Oh, once you check in, you'll never leave.